YouTube channel. So in today's video I'm going to talk you through all my riding gear to keep me warm throughout winter, all my tips to get you out actually riding, having fun, staying warm and staying dry. Right guys, first I'm going to talk through my gear because I think that's one of the main important things. Just to be transparent with you, this jacket was gifted and I do have another video all in depth talking about the features, but I do really love it. I'm going to start off talking from the bottom and talking all the way up so you get like a step-by-step guide. So my shoes, they're the Adidas 510s. They're really warm because they're the waterproof and insulated ones, so my feet are going to stay warm. I really struggled last year because my feet were cold, and as soon as my feet get cold I just couldn't warm up. So these were actually on sale for like 60 quid, but I think they have been reduced even more from Evans Cycle, so just have a look around, see what you can find. Also, I've heard such good things about waterproof socks. Personally, I've not got any yet. They're on the way, they've just not arrived, so I can't wait to actually test them out, but I've heard such good things that they're probably really good to look into. My trousers, so these ones are the thickest ones that I actually own. They're the Endura MT 500s. I actually picked them up because they're only £9 in the sale, and I was like, well, I can't go wrong with them, even if they are too big. But they're really warm, they're really cozy, and again, they're waterproof. Yanni's got some Liats, which are really waterproof as well, so I think it's just good to look around the market and look at like thicker, more durable trousers. I know Dfyers do some as well, I've just not got my hands on them yet, so definitely look around and see what you can find. Jackets wise, I absolutely love with this one, but like I said, I've got another video coming out on that, so link that below. But it's really good to layer as well. So underneath this I do have my body protector, a hoodie and a long sleeve top, but again, you don't want to wear too much that you do overheat, but with this jacket you can unzip it so you're not overheating going down the trails, because you don't want to get too hot too fast. That's something important. You do want to be hot when you're out, but you don't want to be overheating, so it is a fine line. So I always find don't overdo the layers, especially because when you're riding you don't want to feel like you're too bulky, you can't move around. So less is more, definitely, but I would invest in a decent jacket if you are going to invest in one good thing out of all the clothing options. Gloves wise, I've not found the perfect pair yet, but I do wear these Fox winter gloves. I don't think they keep my hands super warm, but I am struggling to find gloves, so if you could comment down below gloves that you recommend. I just know there's a lot of winter gloves out there which are too bulky to the point I go brake but it's all gloves and I'd feel like I can't feel the bike, if that makes sense. So I am open to suggestions, but these are the ones I'm currently wearing. I do sometimes wear a snood to keep my neck warm, and I really struggle with my breathing because I've got asthma and stuff, and the cold air really does affect me. So sometimes I will wear a snood, sometimes I won't. But I always find with a full face helmet it keeps your ears and everything warm. So that's why it doesn't matter what I'm riding in winter, I just wear full face just to keep my face warm. But yeah, that's my gear. Let's go talk through my bike and how I keep that clean. It's really important in winter to not only look after yourself but look after your bike so it keeps going until summer. So maintaining it is really important. I think the four main things to maintain your bikes are your bearings, your brakes, your suspension and your drivetrain. So with your headset and your pivot joint, they're the main bearings that you probably do want to look into, making sure that they're nice and lubed up. Literally it takes seconds to just take them apart, put more grease in there to make sure that it's running sweet, because they're the ones that you'll probably feel the most, feel the grinding. You're like, what is that? And that's just the dirt and build up of grime that's managed to get in there. With your drivetrain, that's probably one of the worst things to clean, because I've been through so much mud before that it is literally caked to the point you can literally grab it off. But if you don't maintain that, then you're going to probably end up having to spend a shit ton more in the future just to then replace it when you probably didn't need to. Just a good clean would have done the job after you finish your ride. I think the main thing I do want to mention, do it straight after your ride. Don't leave it until your next ride and then think, oh, I didn't clean it, oh, I'll do it next time, because that's how like the dirt and stuff can really build up. But yeah, drivetrain cleaner never killed anyone, and especially lubing your chain up is really important. Suspension, a bit of, I don't know, I've never personally changed like the seals and stuff, but if you do feel comfortable doing that, that is important. But just a bit of spray and whatnot, that should just keep them running sweet. And then brakes wise, Disc cleaner, really important, but like you probably will get through your pads a lot quicker during the winter months just because of all the dirt going in there. But again, if you do clean it, it will mean they do run a lot sweeter. So I think they're the main 4 things to maintain your bike that you should look into. So now we've talked about getting yourself through winter, we've talked about getting your bike through winter, but where you actually ride is really important. So a lot of the trails might be shut just because they can't handle the conditions, and it's really important to not ride at places where you're not allowed to, because someone could have spent hours building new jumps and stuff, and in one day it can be destroyed easily. So definitely check out places which are rideable in winter. So I know Duffy Bike Park, in all conditions, that's fine. I don't think anyone's ever been and it's not been raining. Bike Park Wales, that's really good, and they will just shut the runs which you can't go down. Today I'm at Hemlock Stone. We've had a lot of rain recently. There's a couple of puddles and corners and stuff, but the drainage is really good, so everything is riding really sweet as well. I think looking on Instagram is also a really good thing. See where other people are riding, hit up people and be like, hey, what's your local like? Is it flooded? Just so you know before you go, and getting there and then being disappointed. So also doing your research on like weather reports is really useful. But yeah, most bike parks do update their Instagram, whether they're closed or open or how it is actually riding. And if you do message them, they will give you an honest response on if it is good, worth the trip or not. So yeah, that's something to bear in mind. Also, this time of year you can change up like your riding style just to suit like the weather conditions. So I know loads of people do end up going to like skate parks, investing in a dirt jumper just to practice like their technique ready for the summer. So that is something to look into as well. If not, it can get really sketchy doing like downhill stuff. So if you just do want to practice, I know a lot of downhill stuff can be really good. I just know jumps, if you try and hit them, they can just disintegrate, and it's probably not fair on the builders. So that's definitely something to be really mindful of. But if you have any suggestions for other people how to get through winter, leave them down below. But for now, peace out, and I'll see you very soon for another video.